Hey guys, how you doing? So I just recorded an entire thing on a couple things, and oh, I accidentally had my microphone turned off, so I completely, yeah. So anyways, let me grab my earbud. We're gonna restart this and go for it again. Okay, so first things first. Obviously we looked at this yesterday, and before we go into War of the Spider, let's take a quick look at this. Um, so Sunday preview, Tale of Two Boxes. So more than Indominus came out, or at least a preview of it. Also, stuff on the Age of Sigmar new faction came out. So let's watch this video.
Hello and welcome to This Week in Warhammer. My name is Max and I'm going to be guiding you through the next 7 days of your favourite hobby. Age of Sigmar fans, you have been so patient and your wait has been rewarded with a brand new faction in the Mortal Realms. The Lumineth Realm Lords are finally here. Perhaps the most powerful and influential elven faction of the age, they're masterful warriors, mages and tacticians that bring the light of order to an age of chaos. The army launches with a glorious new box set, featuring the first models of this all-new faction. It's packaged up with a box set exclusive special edition of the Battle Tome and a host of other gaming goodies. The launch box goes on pre-order this Saturday and copies are limited, so make sure you grab yours. The models are incredible and you definitely won't want to miss out. But that's not the only big box of models we're showing off this week. In case you didn't see already, we just
Love
unveiled
that
the new edition
animation, by
box
the
set
way.
of Warhammer
It's so
4000 and it's
fantastic.
amazing. We'll be taking a closer look at both the Necron and Space Marine forces of the box and talking to the team behind Indomitus. Our wider series on the new edition of Warhammer 40,000 continues as well, including our first look at the changes from the perspective of each of the armies in 40k and what the new edition will mean for them. Warhammer Live continues to
Take a
bring
look
you
at this. So about 3:30 UK time, we're gonna have new Warhammer information for 40k, I believe. Hobby Hangout right after that. Hobby Roundup before on Wednesday and Friday. Thursday, Breakfast Edition, and Hobby Clinic on Tuesday.
loads of streamed Warhammer goodness this week, with our regular schedule returning. Remember, we're doing new daily shows on Warhammer 40,000, which is your first chance to hear about all the new stuff that's happening in the new edition. As always, share what you've been up to with us using the hashtag Warhammer Community, and stay up to date with all of our goings on our Facebook pages, YouTube channel, Instagram.
That's their usual. Follow us. So Lumineth Realm Lords army set. Here's what comes in it. So you do get the special book and a couple other special things when you order this box set. And so you get some riders, as we can see, Mage, the Lord, and Spearman. And they definitely have like obviously High Elf, but a Gondorian vibe, actually. Vibe. And that's what I was kind of getting. Oh, let's see if we can go back. See? The way the helmet is, mainly. That's what's really setting it off for me. But I guess they're kind of elven. So, yeah. Limited quantity. They're limited quantity, by the way, so get them while you can. While these models will be available in separate kits before too long, this set also contains a number of exclusives that won't be found anywhere else. A beautiful launch edition of the Battle Tome contains the rules and lore you'll need, while a variety of accessories and gaming aids are ideal for ensuring your battles run smoothly in style. Tomorrow they'll go into in deep about the contents. So June 15th, which is when I'm recording this at 1 a.m. because I couldn't fall asleep. And then also they'll be going a deep dive into Indominus as well, it sounds like, which just came out as well. Black Library. Also, if I'm cutting this, like wrapping this up and making it short, it's because I did all this, but in a little more detail. And I've spent a good amount of time talking, and I'm tired. It's late, and then I found out I didn't even push my gain on, basically, and turn it on. Anyways, though, so first we've Ideneth Deepkin and Court of the Blind King. We have more on Metapeston, which I don't know like anything about, and then a Guy Haley model, a Guy Haley book called Titan's Death, which is supposed to be absolutely fantastic. Explosion, kaboom. See, Guy Haley sees Titans clash in one of the fiercest conflicts of the Horus Heresy. Make sure to pre-order these next weekend. And then, of course, Metapeston Revenant Crusade. Just some digital stuff. Let's go back. And now, let's first talk about, before we go into that they are doing pre-orders, Let's look at this. Psychic Awakening, War of the Spider versus the Adeptus Custodes. So they are getting some new stratagems. I won't read them all, but I'll read a couple. Use this stratagem at the end of your opponent's charge phase. Select one Adeptus Custodes unit from your army more than 1 inch away from any enemy model. That unit can immediately perform a heroic intervention as if it were a character, but must finish that move within 1 inch of one or more enemy units. So it can heroically intervene, but then move within 1 inch. Okay. Fire. I'll let you guys read this one. Stones defending objective in a sea of enemies bearing down on them. Show them just what a Guardian Spear can do in the shooting phase. So that's what that's going to be good for. Shield hosts. So shield hosts now can become, what's it called? So it's 1 to 5. You can field your Adeptus Custodes in a shield host. So which is a specific thing, such as Dark Cells, Shadow Keepers, which are below the Imperial Palace, guarding the dungeon. And their Warlord trait for the Shield Captain, just in general, I'm really need to recollect, basically, Jesus. When resolving an attack made by a character model against this Warlord, subtract 1 from the hit roll. When resolving an attack made by this Warlord against an enemy character, subtract 1 from the saving throw. So when this guy gets attacked, -1 the enemy hit roll, and when he attacks an enemy character, subtract 1 from the saving throw. So put this on your Shield Captain, and watch as they go head to head with some of the most dangerous threats the galaxy can throw at them. Maybe you're fast moving, like the quick striking Solar Watch. So these guys are Shadow Keepers. This is Solar Watch, and the Way of War's emphasis with their relic and extraordinary Guardian Spear. So I'll let you guys take a look. Relic Terra, the Swift Silver Talon. So different gun, Assault 4, Strength +1. Okay. Gives you more incredible tactical options. Advanced Charge Emperor's Hand. Is that just talking, or is that? Yeah, I'll just let you guys take a look. Lords of the Shield Hosts. So obviously there's Shield Captains, but for a command point, you can turn them into a Captain Commander, which then you can give them a Captain Commander trait. Maybe you'd like them to have the Constitution of an Amble. Indomitable Constitution. Add 2 to the wounds characteristic of this model. So you get +2 health. Master of Melee, while this model is within 1 inch of an enemy unit that contains 6 or more models, increase its attack characteristic by 2. So +2 more attacks. So basically you go from a Shield Captain to a Captain Commander, and you don't only get the first thing, but you also get another special trait. Next we get to the Knoll Maidens, the Sisters of Silence. Where is my water? I need that. I'm thirsty. I am very parched, so I'm grabbing my water. That felt fantastic. Anyways, so as the Psychic Awakening expands across the galaxy, it's good to have someone who can shut Psykers down. So with the increase of Psykers, this is very good. And this is the Emperor's premier Witch Hunters, or Imperiums. So the first thing is Knoll Maidens, a Sisters of Silence Vanguard detachment. That is a Vanguard detachment that includes only Sisters of Silence units, is treated as having HQ battlefield role slots of 0, and command benefits of none. Note that this means there are no compulsory HQ selections for Sisters of Silence Vanguard detachments. And this is an interesting little tidbit, maybe something to try. Include them in the Space Wolves army and recreate the burning of Prospero. So I wonder if there's a little interesting, unique. I don't know anything on Space Wolf stats, but there might be a fun combo there. Psychic Abomination. This unit can be targeted or affected by psychic powers. When a psychic test or a Deny the Witch test is taken for an enemy model, subtract 1 from the total for each unit from your army with this ability within 18 inches of that model. to a maximum of -4, so stopping things. Minusing on Deny the Witch. So a Deny the Witch, if they roll, let's say a 6, they have to roll now, and it's a 5, and so forth. Empiric Severance. Use this stratagem in your opponent's psychic phase when an enemy psyker manifests a psychic power within 18 inches of a Sister of Silence infantry unit from your army. After any Deny the Witch attempt, roll 1d6 on a 3-up. That psychic power is resisted and its effects are negated. Jeez, brain and body. Tired. So if Psychic Abomination fails, then for a command point, you can do it again, and on 3-up, it completely stops it, no matter what. Purgation Sweep. Use the stratagem in your shooting phase. Select a Witch Seeker unit from your army that contains 5 or less models for 1 CP, or 6 or more models for 2 CP. Until the end of that phase, when determining the number of attacks made by a flamer weapons that models in the unit are equipped with, any result of less than 4 instantly count as 4. So if you have a flamer weapon with this, and you roll, and it's below 4, you're always going to have 4 as long as you activate this. Now this is what I'm really interested in, because I have a Vindicare, and I'm thinking about buying more Assassins. Finally, we have the Assassins. They can be added to any Imperial army, and now come with a host of stratagems. And Caluxus Assassin is what they're suggesting. So you could like do Caluxus and such as the Silence. It might be a fun little combo. Maybe it throws some Space Wolves too. First, the Shadow Assignment. So use this stratagem before the battle begins. If your army includes exactly 1 Officio Assassinorum unit, remove that unit from your army and then add 1 Officio Assassin unit of your choice to your army. The unit that is removed does not count as being destroyed for any rules purposes. Unlike other units that are added to your army, this new unit does not cost any reinforcements points even in a match play game. So basically, if you remove... I'm going to take this as before a game when you're both setting up still. If the enemy is running Adeptus Mechanicus and you brought a Caluxus, which is this guy, the anti-psyker, middle left, and he's not going to be that great for him. So you want Calidus, that's Calidus, whatever his name is, I can't remember, geez, him, or her, or him, and then for 2 command points, you can get rid of the Caluxus and put a new one down. So even if they cost more points, it doesn't matter, they're free. And he's still technically, quote-unquote, there. And what was it called again? Shadow Assignment, because it's secret. And now, it doesn't matter if you petition the wrong temple for help, as you can change to match your needs. Take an expert sniper or when a crazy stim-filled combat master would be better. Swap them out. Allows you to swap them. Why? How is this? Oh yeah, and then this is fun too. Priority threat neutralized. So it doesn't cost anything to activate, but in any phase you can use a stratagem. And when a character model in an enemy unit is killed by an Officio Assassinorum model from your army, you gain 1 command point. And if it's a warlord, you gain 2. You can only use the stratagem once for each enemy character model destroyed. So for every character model, you can only use this ability once, but you can gain command points like crazy. So one of these guys with some Sisters of Silence would be nice, because then you can just constantly use Empiric Severance non-stop and just constant Deny the Witch, for example. So Sister Silence, Space Wolves, and maybe a Vindicare. Deal some damage and, pick at them. Find the perfect vantage point for your Vindicare and use them. That's like I said, I didn't even read that part earlier. Enemy characters with their Exodus rifle. Choose that your Imperial Army would be force multiplier, increase some tactical options. So that's something to really think about with them. There's some basic rules on them. Obviously, there's probably more. Last thing of the night. So, let's open this up. The War of the Spider begins. So first, some background on Fabius Bile. They say it's a fine line between madness and genius, and no one straddles that line quite like Fabius Bile. A former chief apothecary who's hell-bent on improving the Emperor's design for Space Marines. Now he has an incredible new model. Not only is it the imperfect encapsulation of the Clone Lord with all his evil-looking implements, but he also comes with an assistant. So before I talk about it more, in the story right now, they released a short story, I believe, and don't know where it is, but basically they're gonna mention it. He stole an artifact of the Death Guard, and I'm just telling you this now to give extra context preemptively, and I'll show it too. But he stole an artifact from the Death Guard. It's a chest, and it's so Nurgle-fied that it took a stasis field and 2 sorcerers to contain it, and the sorcerer still got corrupted. It's that bad. And Wolf Lord Rowe actually does a good video on it, but there's Fabius Bile, and they do mention right here that painters are going to have fun with him, and new Chaos people will like that. And there's his assistant, and the painters are like, because look, like the cloak, the armor, the staff, the tools, and everything, the vials. So it's going to be very detailed paint. Bile goes by many names, of course. The new Psychic Awakening book. He has stolen a mysterious artifact from the Death Guard. He finds himself hunted through the ruins of the Cadian system. Hot on his heels are not only the Death Guard, but also the Adeptus Custodes and Sister of Silence, and agents of the Officio Assassinorum. Will Bile stay one step ahead or turn the tables on those who pursue him? Along with the background missions, of course, contains rules for Death Guard, Custodes, Officio, and we saw a couple for the Custodes, Sisters, and Officio. And the Creations of Bile, which is a new Heretic Astartes faction. So the Legion traits when you get with Heretic Astartes, like Word Bearers, World Eaters, etc. Now you have Creations of Bile, which is a brand new trait, or group, whatever. And then obviously different versions you can get. This is what it looks like. This is the standard. The Collector's is shiny and looks nicer and a little more well done. Looks creepy. The Assistant looks creepy. And then this is interesting. Deadly Alliance. The latest Blackstone Fortress expansion features a dangerous new quest into part of the mysterious station known only as the Seeds. Fortunately, you'll have help on your epic mission in the form of the Archivist, a mysterious Zote. Sorry, I'm trying to pump my back. So, this is the Zote, and he looks sick. So, if you don't know much about them, they're basically, they were early lore. They were slaves to the Tyranny or worked with them. But in this, it's right here. The expansion contains a Zote model, rules, and all the cards that you'd need to take on the quest and quell the Seeds. Whether you're an unexperienced Blackstone Fortress explorer or just want to use a Zote in games of normal 40k, which I like, make sure you grab a copy of it. So I might do that. I wonder what he can play with. I wonder if it's just Tyranids or if he's unaligned. I heard that he's like unaligned and you can use him with anyone. But I need to double check on that, and I'll try to find out for tomorrow. But he looks fantastic. I love the claw. I love the gun. It all looks great. And I'll actually pull it up in a minute of up close. So that's all in War of the Spider and the new Blackstone unit. So